Imagine waking up, opening your eyes, and looking down, only to see your own body asleep in the bed below. And this is a well-documented spatial paradox where your conscious vantage point fully separates from your physical anchor. And it happens at scale. Surveys show that between 5 and 10% of the general population will report experiencing this detachment at least once in their lifetime. These episodes frequently occur spontaneously during moments of physical or mental transition, hovering on the edge of sleep, battling severe illness, or enduring extreme psychological stress. They can also be triggered directly. Administering dissociative drugs like ketamine or consciously slipping into a lucid dream often sets off the exact same feeling of separation. While observing from a vantage point above and behind their physical body, experiencers retain fully intact reasoning, memory, and a sense of agency. This structural consistency proves that the subjective feeling of being located inside a body can be suspended without interrupting consciousness itself. To ground this phenomenon in empirical science, clinical researchers went looking for a physical mechanism. They found it by monitoring the brain waves of epilepsy patients during pre-surgical evaluations. In 2002, Olaf Blanke's group demonstrated a repeatable method for inducing these states. Their report in the journal Nature showed that direct electrical stimulation of a specific region behind the right ear triggered out-of-body sensations on command. This is the right temporo-parietal junction. Low electrical currents here caused a sinking sensation, while higher currents projected the patient's perspective to the ceiling. Independent labs replicated this, using virtual reality to trick the mind into relocating its center of gravity outside the skull. This clinical evidence demonstrates that the brain actively calculates a self-model, a dynamic map of your physical location. This map can be experimentally dismantled without your consciousness actually leaving the room. We have to draw a strict scientific line here. A dislocated self-model is a proven, measurable reality, a literally disembodied consciousness. A mind physically floating in external space is an entirely different claim. The test case for that claim lies in near-death experiences. During cardiac arrest, patients frequently report watching their own resuscitation from above, and may often claim to perceive verifiable details about the room while entirely flatlined. This diagram illustrates how the AWARE studies tested those claims. Researchers placed hidden visual targets near the ceilings of resuscitation rooms. These targets were completely blocked from the physical bed, but clearly visible from an elevated vantage point. The results of AWARE 1 and 2 are now public. Out of hundreds of cardiac arrest survivors interviewed across multiple clinical trials, 0 patients successfully identified the hidden targets. The paradox of how patients can form intensely vivid memories during cerebral failure remains unsolved. But objective science currently provides hard evidence against the claim that the mind literally exits the body to gather external information. Yet dismissing the entire phenomenon because of that finding is a major logical error. Finding a mechanical trigger for an illusion proves the brain has a mechanism sufficient to create it. It does not prove that every single out-of-body event is identical to that illusion. We must also avoid the dualist overreach. No matter how vivid or peaceful an experience is, that raw phenomenology does not serve as empirical proof that consciousness defies the laws of physics. This strict reading of the evidence leaves room for frameworks like filter theory. This model, the brain doesn't generate consciousness. It filters your awareness through the spatial coordinates of your self-model. When those coordinates slip, your perspective shifts, even if you never physically leave the room. Maintaining the rigorous distinction between sufficient mechanisms and necessary truths prevents us from prematurely closing the investigation with either scientific dismissal or unproven mystical claims. The clinical evidence creates a problem for the strong embodiment thesis, the assumption that conscious experience requires a fixed bodily anchor to function. We now know that the brain's internal map can be completely reconfigured, while human reasoning, memory, and agency continue to function from an altered vantage point. This separability between the location of the mind and the flesh of the body is philosophically significant. It leaves the ultimate nature and origin of consciousness as an open scientific frontier. Human beings definitively leave their bodies in subjective experience,